Scurrius holds the best combat XP in the game at low levels. Let's go test it out. This is chunkman. A chunkman, but with my own twist. Pretty straightforward. I have free access to the Grand Exchange. However, to complete a task, it must be done outside of the Grand Exchange. Where will this adventure lead? Well, only one way to find out. Beautiful level there, 60 woodcutting, can now cut yew trees, which means my AFK sessions got even more AFK. There's just something so nostalgic about cutting down yew trees. Hopefully I get 61 pretty quick. Would really like a dragon axe to make this even better. Nice, I got 61 woodcutting way faster than I thought I would. I do remember yew logs being very terrible XP, but the time kind of flies when you're editing the video. Gonna sell off all these and see how much a dragon axe is. So like 55k for a dragon axe. Only thing that sucks is that I can't wield it for the special attack, which boosts your woodcutting. Gonna get started on the fletching grind. Do need to get 60, and in no time at all, 35 fletching. So now we can move on to willow short bows. But that definitely opens me up to even faster XP. These oak logs are losing me a ton of money, to be honest. So really want to get to the maples as quick as possible. And there's 50 fletching, which means I can now cut maple short bows. Now I'll start profiting from fletching, which is kind of a blessing right now. I need all the money I can get. Unfortunately, the maple short bow yews aren't crazy profitable, but once I get to the long bows at 55, they're about 200 GP profit per bow. That'll add up pretty quick. The cash stack should start looking nice at the end of 60 fletching. 55 fletching, maple longbows. Now time to watch the money just start pouring in. And there we go, 60 fletching completed. I definitely bought way more supplies than I thought I would, but I'm going to sell off all this real quick and see what our cash stack's looking like. So we're now at 356k. That is much better than where we started. So now I can buy some prayer potions and we'll head our way back to Scurrius and see if we can get some of these task drops. So first things first, check off the 60 woodcutting, chop yew logs. Check off the 60 fletching for fletched yew logs into shafts. And I was looking through the tasks again, and I did not notice the rune plate legs. So if we look here, I got a 1 in 20 drop from Bryophyta. As I mentioned in the last video, with the Mossy Key being a 1 in 128 drop, that effectively makes this around a 1 in 2,500 drop. Anything over 1 in 1,000 I'm just not going to do. So we'll go ahead and mark that one off. Alright, so here we go. Back here again. Man, I'm having trouble getting past this portion. Man, they just keep spawning the rats way too much. I was trying to get past it without having to waste a ton of prayer. I think at least we have to turn on the incredible reflexes prayer, because otherwise I cannot hit. I need to get better at switching on to the melee prayer when he drops off the cheese as well. Man, he's going nuts with the drop. Oh my goodness. Jeez, man. Holy crap. Dropping debris from the air like 100 times. I couldn't even think what was going on in my head. He is not making this easy for me. That was ridiculous, dude. And I almost died. I couldn't hit a single hit on him. That was weird. Like right at the end, I couldn't hit anything. That was tough. I guess thankfully I only used 3 prayer potions. I think on the first kill I used 6. So that'll cut the price down a little bit, and got a very crappy adamant arrow drop. Okay, let's see if we can do a little better on this one. I would say maybe I need to train up my stats a little bit, but it's just such good XP that I don't want to leave, even though it makes my heart rate go up a ton. Man, that was definitely the toughest one yet. Holy. And my drop is 3 lobsters for all that. I mean, I'd say I'm definitely getting better at it. I just can't hit. Perhaps that's why all the guides that I looked up recommended 50 attack and strength before fighting it. I'm getting a lot better with using the F keys as well. Back when I used to boss, I'd never use F keys. So like, even with the higher level bosses, I would always just click and never use F keys. So I guess this is kind of the perfect boss to learn F keys, since it's I guess a mid-lower tier boss, I suppose. I'm already 31 range. See, that's why I just want to keep training here, even though it's kind of stressful. But I was running my XP per hour tests. I was getting 23k XP per hour in attack, and then also 23 in range. That's kind of crazy. Here we are back at the Moss Giants again, but training magic this time. I need to get to 40 for the God Miter. Gives +5 prayer bonus, which will be very helpful for my Scurrius kills. There we go, 40 magic. Also, I always seem to get a Ranter Seed every trip I take. They always take a free 25k, that's for sure. So now sitting at a +28 prayer bonus. I was using pretty much 3.5 to 4 prayer potions per kill. So gonna see how many we use on this kill now that we've got another +5 to prayer. So ended up only using 3 prayer pots on that kill instead of the 4.5 that I was using. And that's a huge deal because prayer pots are 8k each. Definitely adds up pretty quickly. And also on that last kill, I don't think I missed a single prayer switch, so I'm actually surprised with how quickly I kind of regained my old skills. I used to be very good at PVM, but obviously after not playing for 8 years, you get pretty rusty pretty fast. So glad to see that the skills are kind of coming back, even though I know Scurrius is a super easy boss in the grand scheme of things. Being able to hit all my prayer switches makes me feel a lot better for future endeavors. And just hit 40 range strictly from ranging these rats here. Now I can use green d'hide and I haven't actually legitimately trained range. And there's officially my 10th drop. Yes, finally got something. I needed that. That's wonderful. That's actually one of my tasks, is getting a rune full helm. Okay, cool. So put that on real quick. There's another task done. Back on the chunk picker. Obtain a rune full helm. Just need the rune square shield, a rune med helm, and then I also need a rune battle axe. So only 3 items to go. I really would like the bone mace ASAP though. I don't know why that's not a task. I figured I'd run into this issue pretty quickly. Only have enough money for 1 more kill. I gotta figure out what's my best money maker. Could AFK woodcutting use, but it's kind of crap for money. But fletching maple longbows is actually like around 200k an hour, which is pretty good. 1 hour fletching basically gets me 5 kills, and that's not great, but it is better than nothing. Another one? Dang it. I mean, gives me a little bit more money. Well, I guess that means we're back to fletching then. I got 11 kills currently. I think we do like an hour of fletching, should be able to get 5 or 6 kills with the money I make from that. And another 1,000 maple longbows made for essentially 100k. The GE tax killed me. 99k, I guess. So that puts us up to 123k. Should be good enough for 4 or 5 Scurrius kills. Also just discovered that iron darts are significantly cheaper than iron knives, so should have been using them the whole time. Anything that can save some money, I'm here for. Definitely kill the rats a lot faster with these darts too. So easily my best kill yet. Ooh, another rune chain body. Man, I keep getting the stuff I've already gotten. But I only used 2.5 prayer potions that time instead of the 3 that I've been using. That's how much of a difference these iron darts make. There we go, something that I needed for the chunk picker, the rune square shield. After quite a bit of duplicates, can finally knock something off the chunk picker. Obtain a rune square shield, completed. And just reached 50 attack, so gonna switch to strength now. And if I do end up getting the bone mace, now I can use it. Though at this rate, with only needing the rune med helm, I think there's probably a pretty good chance that I'll end up getting that before I get the bone spine. Though since this is some of the best XP in the game at my level, I would assume we'll probably come back here multiple times. And another rune square shield. I keep getting the same drop back to back. Happened with the rune full helm and now just happened with the square shield. The good thing about that, every one of these pays for basically 3 prayer pots, which is another kill. Ooh, actually I forgot I did need the rune battle axe because it said wield a rune weapon as one of my tasks. So there's that. Completed that task. Wield a rune weapon. So just burn yew logs and a rune med helm. We're so close to done. Running low on funds yet again. Got quite a bit of clips to edit. Decided to just AFK some yew logs. Try to make some money there. Edit these clips down and hopefully we get enough for a good amount of kills after we're done. Just finished my woodcutting / editing session. Got 250 yew logs. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. It'll give me a couple more kills and that's always what we're going for. Bro, what kind of drop is 1 trout? That's crazy. I was mad about the trout, but what is that? A ranging potion 1 dose? Like what does that do for me? Getting a ton of drops that I haven't gotten yet, but I mean, I'll take a prayer potion. And we're out of money yet again, so back to fletching we go. So got pretty carried away with the fletching. I was just tired of hopping back and forth between an hour of fletching and then an hour of killing Scurrius. Managed to get 67 fletching and also pretty much a 350k cash stack. That should be good for about 20 Scurrius kills, so If I don't get the Rune Med Helm in that time, I really don't know, honestly. And another Rune Battle Axe. Both on the same drop? Oh, that is glorious. That might be the coolest thing that's ever happened. Oh man, that's wonderful. Guess I didn't need to do all that fletching after all, but I mean, I'll definitely be back there to train, so that's worth it. We'll pop on the Rune Med Helm real quick, and all we gotta do is just get 60 Firemaking. Obtain a Rune Med Helm. Done. Just burn logs to go. So I believe you just need a rune mace and 50k, and you talk to this guy and he'll make the bone mace. I gotta make sure I don't screw this up because I know you can turn these in for XP, and I gotta make sure I don't accidentally do that. Can you make a bone weapon for me, please? There we go. Let's go. Oh, I'm so happy. Look at that thing. I'm curious now what my XP per hour is going to be with this. I don't have to use the darts anymore, although it was really good for range XP. Now I can just go strictly melee XP with this, because now I can one-tick the rats with the bone mace. Gonna knock out the 60 Firemaking real quick. Hopefully I have enough money for that. And then send a couple more of these kills, see what the XP per hour is, and then we'll move on to our next chunk. I will say I really dislike Firemaking at low levels because a lot of times you run into this crap where you just sit there and try to light the same fire for 12 years, and then you keep getting level ups, which screws up your Firemaking line. It's rough, but once you get to the higher levels, it's a lot easier. I guess another thing I do hate about Firemaking, you're literally just burning money. No profit, no nothing. Unless you're doing winter tot, but if you're doing it the old-fashioned way, you're just literally burning money. And in the matter of like a minute, there's 15 Firemaking. I bought way too many logs. I did not need 100, but now we can move on to oak for even faster XP. 30 Firemaking, time to move on to willow logs. And thankfully now I'm 45 Firemaking, so can move on to maple logs. The good thing about maple logs is they are absurdly cheap. Willow logs are 81 coins, which is kind of crazy. So with the 181 that I just sold, I can buy 1,000 maple logs with that money. And there we go, 60 Firemaking. Pretty much every bit of money that I made from that fletching session is now gone. But on the bright side, at least now we get to officially complete this chunk. And we shall light this U-log on fire real quick. And task completed. 60 Firemaking burn U-logs. Completed. Officially done with the chunk, so now we can move on to a new one. However, there is one last thing that I gotta go test out before we pick our next chunk. So before the bone mace, I was getting about 25k XP in attack or strength or whatever I was training, plus 25k in range. I already know we're going to do more than 25k in melee XP per hour, just simply because now we can one-tick the rats. But I was getting about 25k in range as well. So about 50k XP an hour before the bone mace. Let's see how it goes now. Curious what my max hit now is going to be as well. This thing absolutely shreds. This is insane. Watch this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there it is. 24 max hit. That's insane. Okay, I absolutely destroyed him there. Rune Square Shield. I technically didn't have to drink the second dose of prayer potion because I'm still at 19 prayer points. So I literally use 1 dose of prayer potion now. So I managed to get 4 kills pretty comfortably. Obviously could have done more if I brought more potions. I'm still pretty stocked up on monkfish. But the XP per hour rounded out about 70k per hour. I truthfully did not think that was even possible at my combat level. Currently combat level 60. Definitely would like to get another Scurrius spine. I want to get to 50 range and use the bone short bow on it, and it can use up to amethyst arrows, which is kind of crazy. I do need 50 for that. Pretty much there. We're 48. I can get that easily at Scurrius anyways. But on that note, with the chunk completed, it's time to decide what our next path is going to be. I wasn't 100% sold on what I wanted to do, but now that I got this bone mace, I 100% know what I'm going to do next. And you'll find that out in the next episode. As always, if you enjoyed and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, do all the YouTuber things that the algorithm likes, and I will see you in the next episode.